Guys, it has been so long since I've dabbled in paper magic. Like February maybe? Like so much has happened, bro. I got a car now. Like I can actually travel and go to like actual game stores and actually meet people and play paper magic, but I haven't. All of my free time has been spent playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And I guess I've been playing Arena too lately, but yeah, I made some commander decks and I've been wanting to, you know, show them ever since I made them, which I have it on my my phone. I wonder if this will say when I made it. I don't see a date, but trust me, it's been a while. I made 2 decks actually, and today we're going to be looking at a mono green deck. The first commander deck that I showcased was also a mono green commander deck with, who was it, Ashia, and that was no real synergy, just a bunch of green staples I like to use. This deck, however, is much more theme focused, and there's a lot of fun synergies in here, and there's a lot of dust in here because I haven't opened it in so long. But yeah, let's just open this deck. And right here's the commander, Kodama of the West Tree. If you've been following along with you know, my Magic Arena videos, you know I love Kodama of the West Tree. I don't think it's very good in 60 card formats, but I do try to use it in there, and sometimes I'm successful. Most of the time not, but it was the first deck archetype that got me up to Mythic on Magic Arena, so that's something, but probably not very good anymore. Anyway, we're here to talk about Commander, and in Commander I think it can be very good because you have the consistency of being able to cast it on turn 3, which is good. However, you need small creatures, you know, 1 and 2 drop creatures that can create counters for themselves to actually get value out of casting Kodama on turn 3. So that's kind of the problematic dichotomy of Kodama. You want small creatures that can pump themselves with counters, and you also want payoffs, like things that you'll be able to ramp into because of Kodama's effect. I don't think I even read Kodama's effect. I should probably do that. All of your modified creatures have trample, and whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage, you can ramp a land out of your deck, a basic land. And modified means anything with a counter, with an aura, or an equipment. And those are counters of any kind, so they can be +1/+1 counters, they could be any keyword ability counters, like any kind of counter works with modified, but most of this deck is about 1/1 counters. So yeah, I guess we'll just get into it. It's probably going to be a long video, but apparently been recording for 6 minutes already. I don't feel like I've said anything, but yeah, let's get Kodama out of the way, and just go look over my lands. We got one Lair the Hydra. It's a land, but it can act as a creature. This has no actual modified synergy, but it is a nice ramp payoff. 1 Demolition Field, hit lands. Crawling Barrens, this does have the modified synergy, so that's a nice creature land there. Castle Garenbrig, just a nice nice green land, I guess. I'm mono green, so I don't have many options. Here we got Ornreath the Vastwood, which is very synergetic with what the deck wants to be doing. You can tap it to put a counter on a green creature that enters the battlefield this turn, so yeah, very good. Those are the non-forest lands, and the rest of these are all forests with varying art. Actually, I'll probably count these actually. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3. 33 basic forests. Plenty of targets to fetch out with Kodama's ability. That's 33, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 38 lands total. I don't remember what the recommended number is for Commander, but I got 38 lands, and I'm pretty happy with that number, even though I've never played this deck, bro. Alright, so I have this ranked, organized by instants and sorceries first. So here we got Nature's Claim, just nice 1 mana instant sorcery removal. Snakeskin Veil, nice protection that also offers counter. Very nice synergy here. Very fond memories of this card. Tail Swipe, nice 1 mana interaction, ability to fight. Has some nice synergy if you use it on your turn as well. Worldly Tutor, I actually pulled this in a box opening I did of... can I pull this down without breaking everything? Yeah, Dominaria Remastered, and figured, you know, I might as well use this. So I'm using it. I used to think tutors were bad because it was card disadvantage, but in Commander you're going to be drawing many cards, and it's usually going to be worth it to cast this, so, you know, I got it. Heroic Intervention, just the best green protection spell. And yeah, just hope we don't have to face Farewell. we rule 0 Farewell out of every game, even non-commander. Here we got Inscription of Abundance, a nice fight effect that also can distribute counters, so very nice all around. Beast Within, as a 3 mana instant that just hits anything. I really didn't want to add this to the deck because I felt it was so bad, because like if you use this on a commander, it feels like you're 3-for-1ing yourself, because you spend 1 card for their card, they get a beast token in response, and they can still recast their commander. So like it's so bad, but like kind of necessary, if you know what I mean. Like it's a necessary evil, I guess. It's not really evil, just bad, but kind of necessary. Oh, I forgot I had this casual $50 card in here. Nice Finale of Devastation, just one of the many win cons of the deck. Yeah, this was at a stage when I was really watching a lot of like Commander YouTube videos, because prior to that I didn't like the Commander format, but I got into it like back in December-ish, so I started making decks and started watching content and realized, you know, I should probably start adding some staples, and you know, this Finale is probably going to be cast for a lot, since we'll be ramping with Kodama a lot. Got Rishkar's Expertise as a way to draw cards, and then has very nice synergy. You can put a creature... Oh, it's any card. I thought it was a creature. Well, we're mostly a creature deck, so... But that's still nice. I didn't realize that about Rishkar's Expertise. It's cool. And we got the classic Tooth and Nail also, the nice Mirrodin artwork here. Very, very good card. Probably always going to be entwining it. There's rarely a reason to not spend the 2 additional mana to just entwine it, but there's that. Nice Hardened Scales. This is dank artwork, but I like it. I kind of like it better than the original Hardened Scales. I don't think there's any explanation for this. Like, yeah, we're a 1/1 counter deck. It goes without saying. Audacity. This is... Yeah, I have the other one. I have both Audacity and Rancor in here because works with auras as well. So, and these are both effective cantrips, provided you don't attach it onto a creature and it gets destroyed in response. Then it's a 2-for-1 and it feels bad. But other than that, very nice synergy there. And here we got Ranger's Class, another card that I used plenty of in 60 card formats, but it's pretty good here too, because it provides a free wolf when you cast it, and then you can pump 2 more mana into it to make it so whenever you attack you get a 1/1 counter, and then you can pump 4 more mana into it after that to cast creatures from the top of your deck. Very good card. It's always been, and it's just very synergetic here, and I'm glad to be playing with it. Roaring Earth, another... This combo's heavy with Kodama, because, like, you got your modified creatures, they attack for combat damage, you get the trigger, you can ramp, put a land into play, this triggers, you put another counter on something else, and it just perpetuates itself. Very nice duality here that I'm sure they had in mind, because they're both from the same set, but... just very, very nice synergy that just works out here. Here I got Colossal Majesty. I didn't realize we moved on to enchantments, but I guess we did a while ago. Yeah, but yeah, if we control a creature with the greatest power, oh no, that's not this one. This is creature power 4 or greater. Okay, Sorry, like I said, it's been a while since I've looked at my commander cards, but yeah, Colossal Majesty, nice card advantage. And then artifacts, we got Classic Soul Ring, Black Blade Reforged. I really liked this one. I think what was the story here? I really liked the framing, how this card looked when it came out in Brothers War. I think I got one on Arena, and I was like, whoa, I need this IRL, so I got a copy, and it works really well in this deck, because it itself is an equipment, so it makes something modified, and then, because we've been ramping so much, it'll get a huge boost. It is equipped to, and it's just all around great option in this deck. And then, of course, we got the Great Henge. So many copies of this card, bro. I really am that guy when it comes to henges. Yep, there's Henge. Oh, and we got this Garrick, the 5-mana one that you can draw when it comes down and refill your hand from like a Rich Car's Expertise. So that's kind of fun. And that's it for non-creatures. And the rest of this deck is creatures. That is a lot of creatures, bro. Alright, let's just get into it. I got Pelt Collector, 1-drop that pumps itself, self-explanatory. Spearmint 1/1 that pumps itself, self-explanatory. I don't think the other one existed back when I made this, because Phyrexia All Will Be One had a creature very similar to Pelt Collector. It's a 1-drop that gets bigger whenever you play a creature. I don't think it's in here. I don't like it flavor-wise, so I probably wouldn't have put it in here anyway, but I think I made this deck before it even existed also. Anyway, Experiment 1 is another card like Pelt Collector, and you can even remove 1/1 counters on it to regenerate it, so that's a nice bit of upside as well. Hex Drinker, the level counters count as counters for modified, so very nice option there. Unfortunately, you do have to pump mana into it in order to get that, so not a very optimal turn 1 play when compared to like these, but it is still an option. Swarm Shambler, the good boy that can tap itself and 1 mana to put a 1/1 counter on it, and all your creatures with 1/1 counters on it have pseudo protection, in that when they get targeted by an opponent's card effect, you get a free 1/1 insect token. So that's pretty cool. And then speaking of insects, we got Scute Mob, the original Scute Swarm. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 5 or more lands, put 4 1/1 counters on Scute Mob. So unlike Scute Swarm, which tries to clone itself and go wide, this one tries to go very tall, and in a deck where we're trying to get modified and big and trample over things, that's what we want to be doing. So that's why we got Scute Mob. Ascendant Pack Leader, another 1-drop 2/1 that grows itself whenever you cast a spell with mana 4 or greater. So pretty easy to fulfill that in this deck, because I have such I have a lot of lands, a lot of ramp, and it's just not a difficult condition to meet. And that's it for 1-drops. I'll just put you like that, I guess, for now. Can't see because of the glare, but we keep it moving. Here we got Avatar the Resolute. It's 2 mana 3/2 with Reach Trample. It enters with a 1/1 counter for each other creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it, so it can get big if you have a lot of other modified creatures out. So very, very nice card here. Beast Caller goes well with Kodama. It's kind of wanting to be an archetype in Standard right now. It just doesn't work well because there's so much removal, but it is very synergetic with Kodama. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you can put a 1/1 counter on it. It doesn't have to resolve. The creature doesn't have to be bigger. It just gets counters, and then when it dies, you can put those counters on another creature. Doesn't help when your board gets wiped, but that's why we have Heroic Intervention. Doesn't help when you get farewelled and have your time wasted, but that's why we rule 0 it out of the game. Okay, and then here we got Bark Hydra. I forgot this was in here. It's a 2-mana 2/2 that enters with a 1/1 counter on it. So it automatically has a 1/1 counter, but you can pay 1 and remove it at instant speed to give it hexproof until the end of the turn. Nice little bit of upside there. Vine Lasher Kudzu. I don't remember this one. 2 mana, 1/1, rare from Ravnica. Whenever a land comes into play, put a 1/1 counter on Vine Lasher Kudzu. Okay, well, that explains why that's in the deck. Very synergetic card. It's even a plant too. Nice, bro. Okay, Scoos. Scoos is... yeah, nothing needs to be said. Scoos is Scoos. Very good card all around. Grows by eating the graveyard, and you know, that can be nice if your opponent has graveyard shenanigans as well, so there's that. Dungrove Elder. I couldn't not put Dungrove Elder in. It doesn't have specific synergy with Modified, but since we'll be ramping so much, I had to include it. It's a very good target for my Black Blade Reforged, and I can't... Dungrove Elder, my favorite card, so there it is. Yorvo, Lord of Garenbrig, very good card here. Enters with 4 1/1 counters on it, so 3 mana 4/4, but it grows whenever a green creature enters the battlefield. It grows once whenever a green creature enters, and if the creature is bigger, Yorvo grows twice. So Yorvo about to get big. He already is big, bro. Look at him. But his size has no limit, so he can get real big on you. Better watch out. Here we got Undergrowth Champion. If damage would be dealt while it has a 1/1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove a 1/1 counter from it. But it also has a landfall. When it land enters, put a 1/1 counter on it. So it's very much like a Vine Lasher Kudzu here, except it also has that damage prevention clause. So that could be nice. Can save it, but then again, if it does get damaged, you remove all those counters permanently. So probably don't want to be swinging it into combat very much, but then again, if you do ramp, you do replace them, so it has synergy. So yeah, there's that. Tireless Tracker combos hilariously well with Kodama, because when a land enters, you get the clue, you crack the clue, you get the counter, you get modified, you attack, you ramp, and you just perpetuate again. So, oh whoops, I forgot to separate. Where's my 2 drops? There's my 2 drops right there. Okay, now we're on 3, right? There's a Tireless Tracker. Eternal Witness. Again, no specific synergy, but being able to recur cards from the art is too good to pass up, so I had to include it. Rishkar, Pima Renegade. When it ETBs, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 creatures. So, give 2 things modified right away. And each creature with a 1/1 counter on it has tap to add green mana. So, despite all the ramping we can do, this can power out just huge turns, which can be very nice. Evolution Sage. It doesn't list that it's landfall, but it pretty much is landfall. When a land enters under your control, proliferate. Proliferate means you can add a 1/1 counter, any counter to any permanent you control, anything, not specifically permanent. Just any counter, you can add one. So like if you add poison counters on an opponent, you can proliferate that. We don't have poison though. We're just about the 1/1s. So we want to be doing that. And like I said, with the landfall, it's going to be happening a lot more and just expedite itself and perpetuate itself very nicely. Solemn Simulacrum, another one from Brothers War. When it ETBs, put 2 1/1 counters on 1 creature. It has to be the same creature, but it can be itself, and this has Unearthed, so you can bring it back and do it again. Just an all-around nice option there. Okay, we'll put that there. And now we get to our X spell creatures, beginning with Stonecoil Serpent. Stonecoil Serpent has a weird, like, green identity without actually having a green identity. It's got green design in it. It mentions Garenbrig in the flavor text, and it very much feels like a green card because of the reach and trample, but it's not green. But I am playing it in here because it's very synergetic with what we want to be doing. So, yeah, we're doing it. Wildwood Scourge enters with X 1/1 counters. It's X1. You pay 3 for it. It enters with 2 1/1 counters. And then whenever one or more other 1/1 counters are put on another non-Hydra creature, put a 1/1 counter on Wildwood Scourge. So it grows, it's automatically modified, just very, very synergetic. The non-Hydra clause here is kind of bad because a lot of this stack is going to be Hydras. When I was making this, I was like, I might as well just make this a Hydra deck, but nah, it's a lot more focused on Kodama. It's just that a lot of the Hydras are X spells that enter with a certain amount of counters, and it just happens to fit the Kodama theme, so a lot of Hydras here, but it's not a Hydra deck. Here you got Hungering Hydra, enters with X 1/1 counters, can't be blocked by more than one creature, and whenever it's dealt damage, put that many 1/1 counters on it. So like the opposite of Undergrowth Champion. Undergrowth Champion shrinks when it's damaged, this one grows, so this one's going to get big, but again, it's already modified, so And I also wanted these because you can play them at any stage of the game. Like they're good on any like even early game. They can come down for 2 mana and be a 1/1 with modified. So you can attack like a player with an empty board and already you're off to the races. You probably get a target on your back, but that's what we want to be doing. We want to let everybody know that we are the problem. So that's how real it gets. Here we got Protein Hydra, X1. Enters with X 1/1 counters. If damage will be dealt to it, prevent that damage and remove that many 1/1 counters. Okay, so that's like Undergrowth Champion. And whenever it's removed, put 2 1/1 counters on it at the end of the next end step. At the beginning of the next end step. Sorry, my very, very big distinction there. Bro, I'm wildin'. But yeah, this, like the rest of the Hydras, it doesn't have a specific spot on the curve. It just enters already modified, and it has the potential to get huge, so that's why it's in here. Hubris Harvest Celebrant. What? This one I don't recognize. This looks like it's from a commander set. It's a legendary tree folk. Nice tree folk synergy here. Enters with, oh, it's X and then 2 green. So it enters with a number of 1/1 counters equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. Okay, so that's interesting. So if X is 2, you spend 4 mana to cast it, and enters with 4. Yeah, 4 1/1 counters. Interesting. And then you can remove a 1/1 counter to prevent all damage that would be dealt to another target creature with a 1/1 counter on it. So very nice modified synergy all around. Yeah, very, very solid option here. Benevolent Hydra. Enters with X 1/1 counters. It's another X2 green. If one or more 1/1 counters would be put on another creature you control, that many +1 are put on instead. Okay. And then you can tap it and remove a 1/1 counter from it to put a 1/1 counter on another target creature you control. Okay, so you can just move around counters by tapping it. Doesn't seem worth it. I mean, it could be attack. Oh wait, it's not even an XX. It's a 1/1. So it. Yeah, the rest of these Hydras are 0/0. And this is a 1/1. Huh. So you can actually remove all the 1/1 counters from this. Put it on something else. Okay, that's good to know. Voracious Hydra. This is a banger here. It's a X green a 0/1. Bro, I didn't even recognize that when I put this deck together. These couple actually had stats. That's funny. Anyway, this one has trample. When it ETBs with X 1/1 counters. When it ETBs, also choose one. You can double the amount of counters on it, or it fights a creature you don't control. Being able to fight a creature, have removal on a stick is also always very nice. However, like if you spend 4, so 4, 5, 6, if you spend 6 on it, so X is 4, it enters with 4, it'll be a 4/4, and it can come down and immediately fight something. If you don't need to do that, you can double the 1/1 counters, and it'll be an 8/8, sorry, 8/9, because of the 1 toughness there. Which is pretty good for 6 mana, so yeah, very, very nice option here. Kind of a staple in Hydra commander decks, but we're not a Hydra commander deck. Here we got Genesis Hydra. This is a good one if memory serves. X green 0/0. When you cast it, reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put a non-land permanent with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Then shuffle the rest into your library. It enters with X 1/1 counters. Okay, so this is kind of like cascading. If we say X equals 6 and we spend 8 mana on this, look at the top 6, and then you can put permanent mana value 6. Unfortunately, you can't put any of these because they're they have X. So, can you put these? I think you can put these, because like X would equal 0 there. Someone clarify for me in the comments. These are legal targets technically, but you don't want to do it because they'll just enter with 0 and die. Then again, some of them are 1/1, so I don't know. But either way, a good card for our non-X creatures here. Speaking of that, we got another one. This is a Turtle Hydra from Throne of Eldraine. Did I open this in my box? I don't think I did, but I don't know. X, green, enters with X 1/1 counters. Pay 2 and a green and remove 1/1 counter on it to destroy an artifact or enchantment. So very nice option. Always nice to have a artifact enchantment disruption like that. We got a Lifeblood Hydra, X green with trample. ETBs with X 1/1 counters. When it dies, you gain life and draw cards equal to its power. So, bro, we are not trying to get exiled. That's all I'm trying to say. If you come within 50 feet of me with a farewell in your deck, I swear to God. Nah, but this is a good option here. Tyrant Guard. I think this was from the, yeah, that's the Universes Beyond watermark, am I right? Because that looks like what the new Lord of the Rings sets look like. That. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is out. Obviously, when you're watching this, it wasn't when I made this deck. I don't think Phyrexian B1 was out yet even, but these could probably already see some updates. But yeah, that just reminded me of that. Anyway, this is X2 and a green, and it has Ravenous. Enters the battlefield with X1 counters on it. Effects is 5 or more, draw a card when it enters. Okay. And then Shield Wall, you can sacrifice it. Creatures with counters on them gain hexproof and indestructible. And that's what I'm talking about. Give them Realmbound too, and that won't be off to the races. Nobody has a clue what Realmbound is. Probably for the best. Okay, and that's it for the X creatures. Now we're back to normal, like non-X. And here we're at 4. Here we're at Uvenwald Oddity. No specific modified theme, however, it is a nice mana sink. You can pump 7 mana into it to make it an 8/8 and give all your creatures haste and 1/1 and trample. So it's very, very good. Beast Whisperer is a nice card advantage engine. No specific modified synergy, unfortunately, but it is very nice. Green Sleeves, Mara Sorcerer. This is a nice commander itself, but I felt like it works very well in the 99 of this deck. Protection from Planeswalkers and from Wizards. Nice random text there. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control, so it could be very high if we've ramped a lot. And then whenever a land enters the battlefield, create a 3/3 Badger token. So since we'll be ramping a lot with Kodama, you'll be getting a lot of Badgers. Nice green sleeves there. Oh, wait. Okay, so that's 4. Now we're at 5. 4-P'd, bro. This is a staple from my old decks back in the day, bro. Good times. Vigilance, Trample, and Undying. 5 mana, 5/4. The Undying is why it's here. I think Young Wolf and stuff, the Strangleroot Grace, I think those were also in the deck originally, but I changed some things. I could probably put them back in here, but for the time they're not. So we just got Vorpede. Undying, when it dies, it comes back with a 1/1 counter on it. That's all it is. It's the synergy there. Ooh, Everbark Caretaker. Very nice card here. It itself has hexproof. At the beginning of combat, put 2 1/1 counters on target creature you control. Everyone's probably going to hate you for playing this solely because of the day-bound cycle, but everyone's probably going to hate you anyway because you're playing green. So bump that. And then when it flips, when it's night, all your permanents have hexproof. So that's very nice. And all your creatures get 2 1/1 counters on it. Very, very good card. Day or night. Night is exponentially better, but even daytime, Everbark Caretaker is great. Here we got Gargos Vicious Watcher. I feel like I took this out of the deck. Maybe I didn't update the paper version yet, but maybe I didn't. It's just nice because I have quite a few hydras in here, and this reduced the cost of each of those spells by 4, so that can be huge. And when a hydra enters, you can have Gorgos fight something, so also nice. So the 5/5. Okay, so that's all the 5 mana cards we have. Now we're at 6. Uvenald Hydra is very nice because its power and toughness is equal to our land, so it pays us off for ramping, and it even ramps us itself, so pretty good there. And that's it for 6 mana cards. Here we're at 7 at Cragplate Baloth. We're almost done, by the way. Can't be countered. Hexproof and haste. If it was kicked, which you can pay for 2 and a green, it enters with 4/1/1 counters on it. So nice way to give itself modified. But even if you don't, just nice. Can't be countered. Hexproof haste, like Carnage Tyrant levels. So very, very solid card here. Thorn Mammoth, another one when another creature enters, Thorn Mammoth fights target creature you don't control up to 1 creature, so it's not mandatory. You don't have to fight if you don't want to, but I don't have much removal in here, so I wanted options like this and the Gargos just as a way to build our board while not needing to hold up mana to fight, as well as not having a lot of cards to fight. So yep, there's that. A Woodfall Promise, when it ETBs, destroy target non-creature permanent, and then since it has Persist, it'll come back with a -1 counter on it, and that is also considered modified, so very, very synergetic here. And then the final card, of course, is the win condition of every green deck from here until eternity, Kratos Behemoth. So that is my Kodama deck. My only regret is that it's taken me this long to make this, but I do like what I'm seeing. I would like to play with this. So hopefully that'll occur soon. I've been recording for 40 minutes. How? Alright, I better get on out of here. Thank you for watching this video if you sat through the whole thing. I'd like to start making more paper Magic content again. Don't know how I'll fare doing that, but I would like to, so if you'd like to see more of this, be sure to subscribe. I just recently hit 400 subscribers. Pretty excited about that. Thank you to everyone who did subscribe, by the way. But yeah, that's my Kodama Commander deck. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, until next time, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day, guys.